நூற்றிடை இலக்கம். நூற்று means 100. So in the 100, if you further keep on, you are just breaking and going deeper to the nano level. So that's what is happening here. So he started with 1, moved on to 10. Within 10, he said there is Ayiram. Within Ayiram, he said there are Palakodi. And now he says Nuru. நூற்றிடை, நூறு is 100. நூற்று இடை இலக்கம். What is இலக்கம்? லட்சம் சொல்லுவோம்ல, லட்ச பேருன்னு சொல்லுவோம். லட்சம் சொல்றத பெருமா நீங்க என்ன சொல்றாரு? இலக்கம். இலக்கம் is 100,000s. In English, in Tamil it is இலட்சம், இலக்கம். நுவல் அதில் அனந்தம். So within the 100, if you keep on breaking that further, what do you see? Anantam. What is Anantam? Infinity. Okay. So நூற்றிடை இலக்கம் நுவல் அதில் அனந்தம் ஆற்றிடை வகுத்த அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி. So it has established in such a way that if you break that components within that 100, it multiplies into 100,000s. Anantam. And then you keep on expanding to infinity. So Arutperum Jyoti has constructed universe in such a way. And what does that state correspond to? The Siddha state, which is the atomic level. So even at the Siddha level, even if somebody has attained the maturity of a Siddha, we are talking about the atomic level. Okay, so that's how the Siddhas were able to be perfect in alchemy, cosmology, astronomy, multiple branches of fields they were experts. Why? Because they knew the secret. நூற்றிடை இலக்கம் நுவல் அதில் அனந்தம் ஆற்றிடை வகுத்த அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி. Okay, so Mukti is the first nilai in spirituality. All the spiritual systems basically ends with Mukti, but Sutta Sanmargam starts with Mukti and ends in Maranamila Peruvalvu, deathless state. So Mukti is the first step. What is the next step? Siddhi. So this state is the Siddhi state. This couplet is corresponding to Siddhi state. Moving on, in the final couplet, he talks about Kodiyil Ananta Kodi. What is Kodi? Millions. Okay, so then you keep on breaking, go finer and finer. If you look at the philosophy of Vallalar book, Ayya has listed the different atomic and subatomic particles that Vallal Peruman has clearly identified and listed. Balanu, Tiravanu, so many different anus he's talking about, right? In Upadesa Pahudi, he mentions all the subatomic levels. How is he able to see that? Because his consciousness has attained that rarefied state. It has moved to a subtle state. How? By developing compassion. Why the Siddhas were not able to do that? They were doing the tapas, they were doing the meditation, they were doing beyond human effort, controlling the hunger, controlling all the human instincts, and doing all these things. They were able to attain the atomic level, but to go to a subtler level, it is only possible through compassion. So Vallal Peruman says, Kodiyil Ananta Kodi. There is infinite millions, Pal Kodi, multiple millions, odd and keep on expanding. That's why in Agaval he says in another verse, Ongiya. Everywhere he says, Alhalindri Ongiya. Okay, and keep on expanding. So, millions, Kodiyil, Kodi is million. Anantam, Anantam is infinite. Ananta Kodi, Pal Kodi, multiple millions. And it goes on and on and on. Adura Vahutta Arutperum Jyoti. So where does this state refer to? What does this state refer to? The Sanmarga state, which is the nano subatomic state. So in a scientific explanation, Vallal Peruman says, why doesn't theory of relativity, why doesn't gravitational force, whatever the scientists discovered for the classical physics, does not apply in the micro world of subatomic particles. Okay, so that's where the confusion, it's still not resolved. In the uncertainty principle, Niels Bohr and other scientists, Heisenberg and all these people said, in the quantum level, Einstein's theory of relativity and Newton's theory of gravitation, all this will fail, but they were not able to give an explanation why. Because the physical laws operating in the matter world is very different from what happens in the nano world. Okay, so without any atomic reactors or any classical physical instruments and experiments, just through his eyes of compassion, Arutkan, Vallal Peruman exactly terms it as Arutkan. He is able to see all these states and he is inviting all of us to come to that state. Okay, so we started off with Vedantam, Maya Nilai, Maya state, the first one, Ondrenil Ondre. Then we moved on to Porul Nilai, which is the Siddhanta state, Pattidai Ayiram, that couplet. And then we moved on to further level, which is Nutridai Ilakkam. Okay, and the final state is the nano subatomic state. Kodiyil Ananta Kodi, Palkodi Adura Vahutta Arutperum Jyoti. So this brings us to the completion of NEL Virivu, expansion on numbers. So you practice this and the Kadal and Malay. Once you guys are happy and comfortable, then we can move on to the